All right, so a little bit of a story. A young woman went to her mother and told her about life and how things were so hard for her. Oh, boy. She did not know how she was going to make it and wanted to give up. She was tired of fighting and struggling through life, and it seemed as though as soon as one problem was solved, a new one always arose.
Nobody just got interject.
Her mother took her into the kitchen and she filled 3 pots with water. In the first pot, she placed carrots. In the second, she placed eggs. And in the last, she placed ground coffee beans. She let them sit and boil without saying a word. 20 minutes later, she turned off the burners. She fished the carrots out and placed them in a bowl. She pulled the eggs out and placed them in a bowl. Then she ladled the coffee out and placed it in a bowl. Turning to her daughter, she asked, "Tell me, what do you see?" Her daughter replied, "Carrots, eggs, and coffee." She brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrots. She did and noted that they were soft. She then asked her to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, she asked her to sip the coffee. The daughter smiled as she tasted its rich aroma. The daughter then asked, "What does this all mean?" Her mother explained that each of these objects had faced the exact same adversity, boiling water, but each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong and hard and unrelenting. However, after being subjected to boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. After they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. "Which one are you?" she asked her daughter. "Am I the carrot that seems strong, but with adversity and struggle and pain and things that come about in life, will I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I the egg that starts with a malleable heart but changes with the heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after life events happen or some other hardship occurs, have I become hardened and stiff? Or am I like the coffee bean? The bean actually changes the hot water, the very circumstance that brings the pain. If you're like the bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation around you. When the hour is darkest and your trials are their greatest, do you elevate to another level or do you give up? How will you handle adversity? Will you be the carrot, the egg, or the coffee bean?" Thank you, sir.
You had a very short speech, and mine is comparatively short.
Page
I
1.
should have done that.
Oh, yay!
Chapter 1.
Hi, my name is Mr. Here.
Right here.
I'd like to start with a story, similar to Miss Karen's. So this little girl walks up to her father with questions about life. And he puts carrots in a jar of water and eggs in a jar and put some coffee in jar of water. After they boil, he asks her, "What do you see?" And she says, "Well, we got some boiled carrots, some boiled eggs, and some coffee." And he says, "Yes, that's lunch."
Oh my gosh, your kitty kills me, Matt.
But there's lunch.
This guy is
So I'm gonna keep this as short as I can and as serious as possible, but that's gonna be hard, so I'm gonna try. Anyways, firstly, I hope you're all okay. Not from the pandemic, but just this test, because it's very uncomfortable to sit down in these chairs for a whole hour and a half-ish. So I know it's hard work. And half the kids here, there's no kids here, half the people here are wondering why Instructor Dan takes so long to talk, and Miss Karen going on with a full-page story. Now I'm old, comparatively not really, but I'm old to these people, and I might be leaving for college. So I asked Instructor Dan to write me a recommendation. Here's what I got. To whom it may concern, Mr. here has been employed since 2018. His position was permanent part-time. Ahir left on his own volition. In his time with the company, Ahir proved himself to be useless in a wide variety of tasks. His responsibilities included messing around on the computer and reading and Facebooking his friends. Ahir was unreliable, uncooperative, he didn't get along with customers or staff. Ahir proved himself to be completely untrustworthy and irresponsible. His wild mood swings and angry demeanor made him almost impossible to work with. We were overjoyed when Ahir informed he was leaving for college. If you require any further information, and then he writes his phone number, but does not put his name. Okay. So I've been here way too long, and I have a problem. Anyone who hangs around with these guys for like 10 years has problems.
Right here.
I've been here so long.
Young children here.
I've been here so long I can say, back in my day, the walls were yellow, the bags were purple, and Instructor Dave was the same height as But I made so many memories along the way. And don't worry, Instructor Dave, you'll grow. Okay, here's the box. We got a box of stuff. Oh no. Okay. Firstly, we get a little piece of the black belt. Now every candidate gets one of these, and it's just a piece to remind you of your goal. Each cut from like a black belt who gave up too early. Like this may though, but then they had to definitely fit together.
Oh, man.
Man, Mr. Here.
It went to here. I got the boat in, all the colorful stripes, and then a first degree, which looks really tiny now compared to the rest. Okay, more personally, I think Mr. John might remember, but from our first degree cycle, there was a person we called Big Mac, he knows, who gave us all these little Peanuts toys from McDonald's. And I'm pretty sure it was just an excuse for him to go to McDonald's occasionally. But it's a gift of teamwork. That's 19 people. That's a lot. 19 people had one common goal. And now we all have toys. Okay, thirdly is a gift from Miss J. Lynn. So if she's there, I don't know. She might remember this little owl guy whose eyes pop out. And it was like a recognition of hard work after horrible workouts. And just a memory of work it takes to achieve a black belt. And this is a little Christmas card after I started working here. I have a job, I know. And it holds words of thanks from each of the instructors. Instructor Chris says he's glad about me joining the team. Instructor Jake calls me hilarious. Miss Karen says I crack her out. And Instructor Dan writes, scribble, 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 scribble. Mystery that'll never be solved. Okay, lastly is my binder. I was supposed to turn it in, but no one said anything, so I wrote down like all the goals I got, like each form is right down here, my name at the top, my best run, great, my times on push-ups, and every goal I made along the way. That's what's in the box. Okay. Thank you. Now for the thank yous.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, we're gonna make this a much fun way. So it's the Here Thank You Awards. Each person will go home with a happy feeling. Award for Best Actor in the Self-Defense Role. And for making time to work with me rather than working on his last Award for Best Rohan Replacement. With the greatest ideas to improve me on my forms instructor, Chris. Award for being the scariest sound on the run, the tiny tapping of little feet behind me, Mr. Tyler. And then we got a participation award from instructor Jake. He just got to beat me up in sparring and got to hold some boards for me, so thank you. Award for being smart enough to ask me to help them on the run, and for finally making all their requirements, Mr. Rithis, thank you. Award for a recommendation letter. Award for always complimenting and cheering, raising morale, and telling me I'm behind on forms, Miss Karen. Whenever she gets a chance, it's like, you know, you're 3 forms behind. I know. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. Award for being my yoga instructor, Miss Jaylyn. Hey! She would build our spirits by breaking our legs. An award for being the butt end of half my jokes, Miss Maven. Hey! I'm so sorry. Okay. An award.
Sorry, not sorry.
I got that.
It's supposed to be a serious affair, man.
That's why I hated to take
An award for someone who stuck with me the whole way from cycle 1 to 3, always by my side, my dad. I gave me a car too. Thank you so much. For cheering me on, helping me with filming, my sister. Jokes aside, for supporting me and always being there when I walk into the dojo. This floor is so great. Thank you, Mr. John, for being a great friend and for beating me to finishing all the forms by like 1 hour.
Back to back. Second degree answer.
And then thank you to all of the candidates, Mr. Andrew, Mr. Christian, Miss Madeline, Mr. Rithick, Mr. John, Mr. Gunner, Mr. Mac, Mr. Rohan, Mr. Tyler, Mr. Here, and the 11th one. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
That's so cool.
I'm surprised you didn't put on the Nice job, sir.